tonight. In chapter 4, we're talking about a situation that can be very hurtful, and I want to approach this with sensitivity, because I know some of you have real hurts and real changes happened in your family or in your friendships because of things that people said or they did. And I want to approach this with the sensitivity to that, but I also want to encourage us to see what God's purpose could be in this suffering that we're going through. So the chapter is entitled When Others Don't Get It. And the very first question to discuss is, do you have a story to share about when somebody didn't get it? Either when somebody said something hurtful or somebody said something humorous. They just didn't get what you were going through and what your child goes through. And I know we all have stories like that of things that we can still hear word for word what somebody said that may have hurt our feelings, or something that may have hurt our children. We want to look, as we work through this, at the example of Christ. And he was often misunderstood, and his disciples and the people around him, they just didn't get it. They didn't get his purpose, they didn't get his message, they didn't get his delivery. They just didn't understand who he was and really what he was going through in his ministry on earth. So on page 53, we write, Jesus' example is one of patience and keeping the peace. He was never argumentative or disrespectful, never rolled his eyes or sighed with exasperation, never turned red in the face or stomped his foot with his hands on his hips. He taught the same lesson again and again. He made eye contact and gathered his friends close to himself. He used different illustrations. His goal was not to be right, but that they would understand. This wasn't a battle to win. This was an opportunity to teach. And I think that's where we need to change our mindsets from an us versus the whole rest of the world to trying to be on the same team and to pull other people along and to understand, help them understand why their words are hurtful or why their actions are hurtful, and to show them what they can do to make a change so that everybody gets along better. Now, if you have something in your past that still creeps up, that when you think about this person, all you can think about is what they said or what they did, then we need to work through forgiveness on that. And that isn't easy, but when we focus on how much Christ forgave us, it's easier for us to forgive others. Colossians 3:13 says, "As the Lord has forgiven you, so you must forgive." Okay, and you may need to take some time today to pray to God about some people who come to mind when you think about your past and the way people have hurt you. And you may need to work today on forgiving them, on releasing that anger, and to move forward with your life. And it's not for their benefit. It's for you. It's for you to experience the release that comes from that forgiveness so that you can move on and you can make progress toward the goals that you have. Now, we ended this chapter by saying our ultimate goal is peace. We want to grow in the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Romans 12:16 and 18 say, "Live in harmony with each other. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all." So if you have a situation where if you walk down the church hall and you see somebody coming and you duck into the bathroom to avoid that person, that's not living in peace. And we need to work on getting to a point of peace in your life and in your spirit where you have confidence that no matter what's going on or no matter what's been said, that you are at peace with your relationship with God, and you can walk in that and you can spread that to others.